Um, if you define success in having been able to do fairly well in college and graduate school and then in the professions, I really feel that Westminster prepared me well for college and even graduate school.
I think Westminster Christian School is one of the greatest schools that any student can attend, any teacher can teach at. I think we have very happy students here. We have teachers who are committed to excellence in their classroom. They're committed to the whole child, and the great thing about both our students and faculty is they're not satisfied where they are. Our academic and our philosophy about academics is that students need to be challenged every day. They need to be in charge of their own learning, and teachers should be a facilitator of that.
What's happening today is a celebration of 50 years Westminster Christian School. 50 years ago, there were some founding fathers who decided that they needed a Christian school in Miami that would give a great academic education. But they wanted it in a spiritual context. So 50 years ago, Jules Verroom and some other founders decided to form Westminster Christian School. Today is our 50th year of the first day of school, September 6th, 50 years ago.
I'm Mary Beth Horton. I began my career at Westminster Christian School in 1970.
My great-grandfather was one of the men who helped start Westminster Christian School. He grew up in Miami when Miami was just a small town.
My parents went to Westminster and my grandpa taught here.
Okay, my name is Carrie K. D. Ryder. I'm named after my grandmother. The atmosphere amongst the students has stayed the same, where it's like a family. The whole idea behind the school was to make it part of family, church, and then the school. Well, what has stayed the same? Let me start with the same. The same is wonderful Christian parents, wonderful Christian teachers, administrators. The differences are, when I first came here, the only building that was standing was the old elementary.
Westminster was started by regular people just like us.
Regular people who God guided to do special things to help Westminster Christian School become better.
My name is Drew Kern. I was a student here at Westminster for high school from 9th grade through 12th grade. I graduated in 1990.
I'm Amy Brigham-Bulris. I went to school from 1st grade to 12th grade, and I graduated in 1981.
My name is Julie Parker, and I came to Westminster actually in 8th grade, and that was back in the 1970s.
My name is Larry Gautier, got here in 1971 and graduated in 1976.
My name's Dan Gautier. I got here, I believe, in 1969 and graduated in 1978.
I didn't really realize what a great environment it was for me until a couple years ago when my wife and I, Stacy, were considering bringing our two sons here, and we went to an open house here in the gymnasium, and we really heard over and over from the students and the faculty and the staff and the teachers that this was not just a great environment for scholastics and athletics, but it was really a family environment.
What I do primarily as an attorney is write and advocate, and I can clearly remember some of the best development of those skills was here on this campus.
There are thousands of favorite memories. The best memory is the fact that no one ever failed each other, that whenever there was joy in our lives, we were there for one another. Whenever there was heartache or illness in our lives, the faculty and the parents and the children were so very, very supportive.
We are looking forward to preparing students, and along with this philosophy, new facilities are the way that we're going to get this done.
I wanted my children to have what I was blessed to have, and that is to grow academically like any school would attempt to do, but to do it in the context of understanding life from the perspective of living for God and striving for excellence to serve others and to serve God.
I mean, for 50 years it has provided an amazing education for kids. It's changed in that it's been able to say, well, we need to fit these needs of the kids, and the college situation is much more competitive than it used to be, and this is what we have to do. But for 50 years it really has stayed the same.
One of my favorite Westminster memories would probably be homecoming week. It was a fun week, and we knew we had a football game at the end of the week, and I always loved wearing a jersey to school and celebrating with pep rallies, but that whole week was not your normal scholastic week.
I believe some of the best life lessons learned here was about friendship. You had a lot of friends still to this day that I graduated with back in 1978 that many are still involved with this school. I still see them on a regular basis.
We've been very fortunate in 50 years of athletics at Westminster Christian. It's a great part of our program here. We've had the opportunity to win many state championships. Recently, 2 back-to-back state baseball championships with a runner-up last year. Softball won a state championship 2 years ago. Basketball is coming on. Our girls' sports are fantastic. So we like to think that just complements all the other things we're doing also.
The reason I brought my children to Westminster was because I was looking for a place for them to be able to be in school from pre-K through graduation.
One of our former students from '95 is coming back, and she's a professional Christian recording artist, and she's performing for us today.
I got my spiritual foundation at Westminster. I still spurt out from the stage scriptures that I had to memorize in Miss Kaiser's 5th grade class, and like all these things that we were taught here, the foundation of just walking with the Lord, like that just is so rooted in me from my childhood here. It's the most awesome feeling to be part of the celebration. I'm so honored to be back here, back at home. It's home. Like everything is still very fresh to me, and I'm very glad for my education here at the school.
We have a wonderful philosophy that's built on what we think are skills that students are going to need in the future. Communicating well, collaborating, working with teams, learning to problem solve, think for themselves.
We went to social activities after school. The teachers were great. They were very involved with our lives and just really wanted the best for us.
And we're moving forward. We're learning how to educate in a way, and our students are learning how to educate in a way that's going to last forever. And our students, we feel, are going to be capable of competing in a global economy, which is out there today. Our students are going to be able to solve problems, think for themselves. They're going to be able to communicate, collaborate with each other. And this is what the world is calling for as far as jobs in the market. Our Fine Arts Department features an amazing orchestra. The choir is renowned, the band is building back, and we travel all over the world. We're not just a one-way school. We're not looking for one aspect of an education. We're looking at a multi-education.
I really feel that Westminster prepared me well for college and even graduate school.
This is the greatest place to be, the greatest place to teach, the greatest place for families to really experience a great education.
Go Warriors!